Lord Alfred, good to see you. See you finally got out of the box. Yeah, you know. What is that, a new line of cosmetics you're working on right now?
What is that?
Kind of touch things up a little bit. You look resplendent.
Well, I'm always being touched up. You know that, Gene.
Boy, I'll tell you, what a privilege for me. I thank you, and I thank, of course, Vince McMahon for letting me sit in, so to speak. This week here on TNT, I've always loved the program, watched it a lot. You know, we were going to have Whitney Houston on, but unfortunately, her plane is delayed.
I heard about that.
Yes. However, we do have, I think, some rather interesting guests. Would you not agree?
I really do. I think we have the most fantastic parade of guests that you and I have seen for a long time.
All right. Without further hesitation, let's bring in our first guest right now. Welcome them to TNT, if you would. The veteran septuagenarian, entrepreneur, and wrestling manager extraordinaire, Fred Blassie, along with the big Russian, Nikolai Volkoff. Well, gentlemen.
Volkoff, how are you?
Yes.
Good. How are you, Lord?
God, fine, thank you.
Listen, this can keep up for another half hour. It'll be a real short program. There you go. Thanks. Sit down. Nikolai, I've got to compliment you on that suit. You're a real
Thank you.
clothes horse. It looks like they finally settled Spike Jones' estate. You like that, Tony?
Talking about.
Fred, speaking of clothes horses, you dress to the nines, as they say, Lord Alfred?
They do say that, yes, and Fred is rather, well, he's referred to as the, what is it they call him, the fashion horse?
Yes.
Fashion horse.
Oh,
Clothes horse. Do you hear that? Nikolai, do you hear that, clothes horse?
What are you talking about?
Clothes horse. Horse.
Horse.
Horse.
Oh, I mean horse, yeah.
You know how a horse sounds?
Yeah. That's the horse.
Very good.
Great.
Right now, gentlemen, let's go to some action footage right now. It's Nikolai Volkoff meeting Tony Garea. We'll join the action in progress.
Big rights and lefts. Tony Garea pinned in the corner. Not a whole lot he could do about it.
Those heavy forearms delivered by the Russian are going to take their toll of the New Zealander.
Oh, look at that. Blassie jamming the cane into the rib cage of Tony Garea while the referee was being distracted by Nikolai.
How can he stand out just like nothing had ever happened?
Because he's a snake, Ernie. He's a snake. Big Russian now with the help of his manager in control of this match once again. Oh, Tony beat him with a punch that time.
The Russian is very slow. He's awfully slow at times.
Snapmare takes a big guy over. Garea looking for a high cross body, but the Russian backed up wisely.
Yes, he did. And that was a nice move by the Russian, too.
Elbow finds it smart. Garea plants that size 13 right in the sternum area.
Push that sternum right.
Notice how every once in a while, Ernie, he has to take a look over and see what Blassie's up to. Got to be very distracted.
I can assure you he's not up to no good.
2 count once again. Tony off the ropes. Oh, sunset flip.
Good move.
Can he reach his shoulders? Oh, he got clobbered. Big Russian bringing both knees down right on the head of Garea. Whoa, what a right hand miss. Backslide coming up. Shoulders are down. No. What a terrific golden opportunity that was.
The Russian is so powerful. He can just power his way out of some of those, what would be finishing holds on a normal wrestler.
Well, you've got to have this guy in a very compromising position if you expect to hold his shoulders down.
You've got to pound him right down to the mat.
Tony Garea finally realized that it won't take one move to beat this Russian.
Garea hooked himself inside on that second turnbuckle. Took a lot of starch out of him, I'm sure.
Look out.
Nikolai scooping him up. Backbreaker right down on the tailbone. Hooks the leg. This one's over.
All right. Very good, Nikolai Volkoff, continuing your winning ways here on the World Wrestling Federation. If I can get away from wrestling for just a moment or two, it's been in the news, and of course they're going to be talking about it for years. The recent meltdown at the Chernobyl nuclear plant in Russia.
That's right.
I'll tell you one thing, the Swedes and Norwegians are hot. Literally.
They should be, because
you like that? Should be. Any explanation for it? I mean, what's happening over there?
That's one of the first, electric power they built, and they use lots of American parts. That I believe was like 25% American parts, and those parts was just not good. That's what happened.
You got to be jerking my chain. They don't buy anything American over there. Freddie, you got anything to say about it? You brought this man to this country.
When they ordered the wheat from America, America threw those things in with it, just like they do in the Cracker Jack, give you a prize. What are all those pencil neck geeks over there laughing about?
Well, I don't know. What has wings and glows? You heard that one?
No, what is that, Gene?
It's a chicken Kiev. There. Thank you.
What's so funny?
You know, we're going to be joined here momentarily by the Iron Sheik, Fred and Nikolai, Lord Alfred. All right, I love it. Without further ado, let's bring in our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to America and welcome to TNT, a former heavyweight champ, a former tag team champ, Sheik Alahani, the Iron Sheik. Let's bring him in. Well, you look just terrific. Sheik. Welcome to America again.
Thank you very much, Gentlemen. Intelligent American like yourself, from John F. Kennedy Airport to the Olympic City. Every intelligent wrestling fans, they said, Sheik, welcome to the America. What are you doing?
Excuse me.
I mean, you didn't lock my conversation?
Well, no. I just didn't get a good night's sleep. You understand.
I see.
You know, I'm very curious, Sheik. Your country, the old country, Persia, as you know, tremendously proud people, but I really don't know exactly what that country is known for. Perhaps you could espouse, if you will, on some of the virtues of Iran.
Gentlemen, I expect you, Ben Library. You remind me of one of the old country Jew businessmen. I expect you know about. What are you guys laughing about? I expect you know about Iran, Persian carpet, #1 best in the world, Persian pistachio, Persian caviar, and also Persian cat in the world, Persian cat.
Pussycat.
Well, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's what it
call
is.
Persian cat.
You can
and
call it.
Also, the richest country in the Middle East for the oil and also wrestling.
Well,
the major sport, number
Wait a
one.
minute, Sheik, in all due respect, I kind of feel that, some of the countries in the Middle East are going down the sewer now with the oil prices down to $8-10 a barrel.
Well, Gene, maybe you study about politicians, but I didn't come to the America to talk about politics or Reagan or Carter or whatever.
Let's talk wrestling.
But I come to the America for one reason, and my manager, Mr. Blassie, and also Nicola, and also Mr. Alfred Hayes, Lord Hayes, the greatest Englishman. No, in the Saturday main event night, I did the belly to the belly. I put the English bulldog to the camel clutch till we get our belt back. But again, America or WWF double cross us.
Wait a minute. I wonder if I could prevail upon one of our cameramen. Sheik, I like to have our television audience here on TNT see these boots. You know, these are the subject of a great deal of controversy in the World Wrestling Federation. I've talked to the British Bulldogs, and they're very leery of getting into the ring with you with these boots on.
What do you mean, Larry? You think I come Olympic champion? I used to cheat anybody?
I'm
come
sorry.
Olympic
I'm
champion?
sorry.
What are you talking about?
Thank you very much. Right now, we're going to be back with some more action, but in the meantime, this message. All right, well done. Our next guest, Lord Alfred Hayes, is from Hawaii. Or is it Hawaii?
It's Hawaii.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Without further ado, let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the very popular superstar, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Oh my, easy. Ricky Steamboat, welcome back to the good old US of A.
Thank you.
Recently we had an opportunity to tour down under in Australia, And I don't mind telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this man was received with open arms, and I know you love the country,
It was
too.
beautiful down there, Gene. Just absolutely beautiful. And, you know, it just so happened the weather just happened to be perfect. I don't know if the fans know it, but, you know, like when it's summer here in the United States, it's winter there. And we went down there at the time when it was, I guess, around turning spring for us, which was turning fall for them.
Exactly.
It was beautiful. The weather was just
Some of the
beautiful.
cities, by the way, that we had an opportunity to visit, Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, beautiful cosmopolitan city, and Brisbane. Just really beautiful
All of them
country.
along the coast. It was just absolutely gorgeous.
Phenomenal. As a matter of fact, Ricky, you and I and a number of other notables from the World Wrestling Federation had an opportunity to swing out to the Lone Pine Sanctuary and visit with the kangaroos, the koalas, the wallabies, and I think we've got some footage that TNT is going to find quite interesting. Take a look. Ricky, are you having a ball on this victory tour?
Oh, this has been a wonderful tour. You know, the people here are so courteous. The climate's just been wonderful. And we're meeting a couple little friends here of ours.
I wonder
right
if we
here.
can get these fellas to turn around here. Do you have a name on that? Male or female?
I didn't check.
Neither did I. Well, little fellas, I understand. Here, pal, can you take a look at the camera? See
This is nationwide television. Look at these two here together.
Yeah. Wave to the people in Cleveland. You know, the strange thing, and your lordship, I don't know if you're aware of this, Ricky and myself found out from one of the wardens there on the premises. These little fellas chew on eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah, that's right.
They're stoned. They're smashed constantly, 24 hours a day.
They just sit there in the trees on the branches, and the only time they wake up is to eat a little bit of the leaves or time to go to the bathroom.
Which they do once a day, whether they need it or not.
The rest of the time they're sleeping.
There's something that's happening here in the ranks of the World Wrestling Federation that I'd like to have you address, if you would, Ricky Steamboat, and that is the subject of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Something very, very important happened to me in my career, in which, you know, many times in professional sports, football, basketball, baseball, whatever it may be, tennis, guys with tennis elbows, you're bound to get hurt and you're bound to get injured. And there's been many a mornings in which I've woken up and my ribs are ached, my shoulders ached, my neck, you know. But I'll tell you something, Mean Gene. The next day when I got up, and it's been going on for a long while now.
Okay.
I've been in a serious state.
Ricky, let's go back to the last Saturday night's main event when you indeed did meet Jake the Snake Roberts. Here it is.
Off the rope now. Ooh, what a clothesline. He didn't even let him in the ring.
He was too interested in waving to the little girls in the crowd to pay attention to business. It's his own fault.
Oh, another clothesline down to the concrete. The match has not even started yet. Out underneath the bottom rope, Jake Roberts.
He's signaling for that DDT.
He's not. Oh, no.
Hey, Steamboat, that's using your head.
Oh, my goodness.
I like it.
Steamboat, unconscious. He has to be totally out of it.
I smell something. Is that pineapple juice? What is that you smell?
Roberts shoving Ricky Steamboat back into the ring. Steamboat totally out of it, unconscious after striking his head. Oh, he's not going to go into the...
Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, I think Damien's coming out for some air.
No, he's not. Oh, he's not going to... Look at that snake. Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, God, I can't believe it. Slithering all over Ricky's snake. Look at the head on that snake.
That snake's got to be 175 pounds.
Oh, he's jamming his mouth. I can't believe that. I can't believe it.
I think the dragon is out.
Oh, yeah.
He is out.
Oh, he's tightening. He's going to choke him. He's going to choke the breath right out of him.
I think the word you're searching for is juices.
Look at that. Jake Snake with that python all over Ricky Steamboat, who's totally unconscious. Look at that snake slithering in the mat. Oh, yeah.
It's squeezing. Help me out. These are the World Wrestling Federation officials. Now, what are they saying?
Oh, yeah, look. Roberts now using the snake, hoping the snake is going to bite one of these officials.
I hope it does, too. Who's that guy sticking his nose in?
Oh, Ricky Steamboat, that was incredible. That is, I'm certain, one incident in your professional wrestling career, you'll long remember.
I'll tell you something, Gene. Never before in my wrestling career have I actually sat down and take a real close look of what could happen to me, to any of the professional wrestlers. There's a moment right there on TV in which my career could have ended. There was a moment right there that I could have been out for a number of months. I could have been a vegetable. The last thing that I remember is watching that cement come down on my face, my forehead. The last thing I remember is lights out. And they tell me that everybody around there, and I've seen it and heard it 100 times, it felt like a melon hitting that cement floor on my head.
You were out for 5 or 7 minutes. I went back, by the way, in the locker room when the doctor was attending you, and you were out like a light, Ricky. Out like a light.
Well, I'll tell you something, Mean Gene. You know, what goes around comes around.
Jake,
I've got my daily reminders, my hat here. I've got my hair cut. This is so I don't have to brush my hair back in the mornings to take a look at the knot on my head.
All right, I thank you very much, Ricky Steamboat. I know that we've not heard the last of Jake the
This
Snake
is just
Ruff-
the beginning. This is just the beginning.
All right, Ricky Steamboat, I thank you very much for being our guest this week here on TNT. Stand by. We've got a couple of young gentlemen coming in just a moment or two. They are Paul Roma and S.D. Jones when TNT continues. All right, back with more of TNT. And Lord Alfred Hayes, I want you to join me in welcoming our next guest. We had an opportunity to be on the big Australian tour with these two gentlemen. Please welcome, if you will, SD Special Delivery Jones and Paul Roma. Your Lordship, you missed quite an exciting tour of Australia. And S.D. Jones, I'm certain you're going to agree with me. It perhaps was one of the most exciting tours that we've ever been on.
That's true, man, Gene. We had a great time. I enjoyed it very well. I went all over the place, so we had such great crowds over there. Paul and I, we really got done and do our thing.
We did indeed. Paul, I know you especially enjoyed Australia, especially Victoria. That's one of these states there. I'm sorry. Don't misunderstand me. Down in the Melbourne area. But you're going to be going back, are you not?
Yes, I'll be going back later in June.
Oh, great. Anything in particular that cranked your socks up about Australia, outside of the lovely scenery, as it were?
They have terrific fans out there. They really enjoy the wrestling, and SD and myself had a chance to show them what we got in the ring.
Your Lordship?
How about Bondi Beach? Isn't that a great place? You must have gone there, obviously.
I believe I did. See,
yeah, I did.
People were not completely dressed on that beach. That was the first thing I noticed. Right now, let's go to action up in the ring. S.D. Jones and Paul Roma.
Step across the ropes.
Oh, nice leapfrog. Got one leg hooked up on his shoulder. High cross body. Down he goes. Not going to get him.
You have to wear a man down. A man that size, you must wear him down a little bit before you can surprise him with a crossbody like that.
Here he comes, Ernie.
Well,
look at him. He's got about 33-inch thighs. This guy's big all over. However, he hasn't been pushing any iron. That's obvious.
No, he has not burnt the doors of the gym down by going in and being an outstanding worker. And immediately, you know, you can be one man's size and another man's size, the size of the man that's on the mat. Once you get him down on the mat, he is equivalent to a man that's 5 or 6 feet tall.
It's all the same once you're down on the canvas. All your great strength and your leverage and everything is gone.
As long as he's on his feet, he stands a chance.
Hammerlock, and there's a tag made to SD, and SD going right to work.
That's the mark of a veteran when you step right in.
Look at this! Oh!
Holy cow!
SD finally got him up on the third attempt. Wow. I don't know whether Mike Angelo's been up there before, but welcome to the world of professional wrestling.
Not only that, welcome to getting all of the wind knocked out of you. See how he stayed on the floor there on the mat in order to get, oh, what a headbutt.
The tank looked like it was empty. Another quick tag made. Roma back in there, waiting. Oh, scoop power slam. Kiss this one goodbye.
All right, very well done, Paul Roma and S.D. Jones. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Your newspaper was upside down.
That's my shirt.
Let's get a shot of that.
That's my shirt in the tropics,
Hang
man.
all the way
Antigua, the
around.
West Indies.
How about that?
It's beautiful.
How about that? Paul Roma, are we going to be seeing S.D. Jones and Paul Roma together as a tag team more often now in the World Wrestling Federation?
Yeah, I think so. We're putting it together pretty well. We're doing a lot of work together, and we're discussing a lot of new moves, and we seem to be doing well.
Gentlemen, we thank you very much. We look forward, Paul and S.D., and getting back down under with the two of you on the next big World Wrestling Federation tour of Australia. And Lord Alfred, we want you to come along for this one.
Yes, I like blue as well.
All right, stand by. Coming up on TNT, some magic from Paul Christie. Don't go away. Things moving along rather smoothly, Lord Alfred Hayes. I'd like to have you welcome our next guest. He hails from the outskirts of the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. He is perhaps the latest arrival in the World Wrestling Federation. Please welcome with us, Paul Christie. It's a hot opener.
Well,
Paul, go right ahead and sit down.
No, I ain't gonna sit down. Let me explain one thing to you here. First of all, who is Paul Christie, all right? Paul Christie, a wrestler, magician, hypnotist, all right? That would just get your attention, Mean Gene.
That's certainly got my attention.
Well,
Box usually does.
Okay, well, you know what? The thing is that, again, that's also get your attention. Let me explain something to you. First of all, the three greatest drives in the world are sex, power, and money. All right?
I'd
Do you
buy
agree?
that.
You agree?
Not necessarily in that order, but...
First of all, hold on. Motor mouth, please. Listen to me now. Sexually, I'll give you a boo. I'll come here and break your neck, you jerk, you turkey. Sexually, pretty blue eyes. Physically, charming personality. I've got the best. But let's break it right down, all right?
What's in the box?
No, hold it. Let me explain that to you. Okay, hold it. I'll give you what's in a box. Sexually, I have a woman that I want. Pretty blue eyes, physical appearance, charming personality. Right? You got it? Woman, sexual, all right? Financially, how many apartment buildings can you own? How many vacations can you go on, all right? How many apartment buildings? How many shopping centers can you own? I've got it all. I've got 2 out of the 3. The only thing I don't have is this. Well, hold it. Hold it. The only thing I don't have is power. And that's why I decided to call on this program. Power. I want power. Power. I'm going to show you how I'm going to program people's mind. Being a hypnotist, don't be giving us signals over here. I'm taking control. I've got the money. I'm going to buy this whole entire program.
Paul, excuse me. I don't want to be rude, but if you'd be kind enough to sit down,
I don't want to sit down.
I've made some special arrangements to have indeed a legitimate magician.
What do you mean legitimate?
Show up.
You tell me I'm not legitimate? Hey, shake my hand. All right? I'm gonna get his attention, right?
You got my attention.
I got your attention. All right, let me do this.
Wait a minute.
What do you mean, wait a minute? I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna do this with the audience. I'm gonna program their minds, being a hypnotist, and I'm gonna tell them how to think. I'm gonna take control of the complete entire audience and tell them how to think.
Well, while you're doing that, I'd like to introduce to our audience, and to those of you at home here on TNT, magician Denny Lee.
You wanna know about this? I love him. He's good. Who do you think taught him all this? Now, let's do
I've
this.
seen this
Audience,
thing he's done. It's great.
Audience.
It's great.
Being a hypnotist, I've gone one step beyond. All right? What I have in this box, I'm going to program the audience to think of something, and whatever you think of is in this box. I'm going to program you and make you think of something, and whatever you think of is in this box. All right? Got the message?
Okay.
Hold it. Don't wind up. I'm here forever. All right?
Lord Alfred,
Wait,
speculate. What's in the box?
Wait, hold it. Don't talk, Lord Alfred. I'm here. Take control. Don't do that to me. You know what? I've got the money. How many vacations can you have? How many Mercedes can you have? How many Cadillacs can you drive? Get that lousy music off here. Will you shut up? And these goofy things here? Where's my little thing here? I'm taking a... Hey, will you shut up?
I meant to ask you about your little
He's
thing.
good. Wait, you to ask me? I'm programming you right off the bat. Audience, would you let me talk, Motormouth?
Wait a minute.
Would you let me talk? Wait. You came up here to interview me, right? Made the people interested. I'm very charming. I think people can tell. I'm a very charming type of person. Let's do this now. Audience, I'm gonna program your minds. I'm a hypnotist. Will you cut that noise out? I'll wipe this all out. What I'm going to do, audience, I'm gonna make you think of something. Reach my pocket. If there's anybody afraid of the unknown, leave the room. What I'm going to do right now, I'm gonna program your minds. I'm gonna make you think of something. I'm gonna make you think of something, and Wrestler Supreme, I decided, check your calendars, your dates, whatever it may be. I am never going to lose a match, never. Did you ever see hypnotist? Did you ever see a man go mad? Actually go mad? I mean, don't give me these little signals. I'm gonna buy this whole entire studio. Hey, I'm not through ignorance.
Paul Christie.
Motormouth.
Paul Christie, in all due respect.
I'm gonna show you something about it.
Not a bad idea, perhaps, if you would stick to wrestling.
I'm gonna go for it. You know what?
Danny
I'm
Lee,
gonna punish you. I'm never gonna come back again.
All the magic coming up
wait, stop.
as TNT continues. Don't go away. All right, while we were away, by the way, the studio audience picked a card. And what was it, audience? Six of spades. Okay, Mr. Christie promised it would be the only card that would be...
Six of spades, brilliant card upside down. Now watch it very close, all right? Six of spades. Watch this very close. Lord of Health, I want you to grab this card out of here. Any card's upside down. There's one card. Pick that card. Show them. Six of spades. Six of spades? It is. All right. Now, hold on. Mind control. Wait up an age. Think of a card. Hold on. Stop, ignorance. Think of a card. 1 to 1,000. Think of a number. 1 to 1,000.
Mr. Christie, excuse
think of a number.
me.
Real good.
You've got a long-distance telephone call.
555.
555. Watch this real close. 555. Real quick. Here we go. I programmed his mind. 555. The audience. I did with the audience. Lord Alpha Hayes, also 555.
Very good. Thank you, Paul
I programmed him.
Thank you, Paul Christie. Thank you very much. Godfrey Daniel, your lordship.
Gosh. Wow.
Guy will be checking in someplace next week. Now, Danny Lee, let's get to the real stuff they call magic. Explain what you're going to be doing for us.
Well, I'm going to be doing something. Actually, this is believe it or not, it's very similar to what Paul does in the ring, as far as mind control.
Why don't you swing over to this area over
I'm
here?
going to swing over there, and I'm going to show you what can be done as entertainment with mind control.
Oh, by the way, Danny, just if I may, we're going to have a couple of gentlemen in to eyewitness this whole thing. Not that I would question the legitimacy of your act, pal. Don't get me wrong. Who better than the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff returning as eyewitnesses for this magic? And Fred Blassie. Come on in, gentlemen, if you would. Welcome them back to TNT. And go right ahead, Danny.
There they are. There they are.
What, do we lose them?
Okay.
Huh? Well.
There they are. Stand right up there and watch this real close.
Good, Freddie. What, did we lose the Sheik? Not important.
Sheiks.
Exactly, you jabroni. Yeah.
He was out feeding the camels.
All right, now, if we can have, please, just a little
Freddie
peace
and Nikolai, you watch this real close, and at a signal, I'll give you a time to come down and just take a look. But don't touch.
Okay, and watch up here, the music starts, and you see it.
Oh, Lord Alfred.
Don't try eat her jewelry here. Come on, Lord Alfred, please. I want to thank guests. Freddie yes, the jewelry.
Oh, excuse
Freddie
me.
Blassie, the Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkoff, and of course S.D. Jones and Paul Roma, Ricky Steamboat, along with Paul Christie and Magician, and you, sweetheart, you were just tremendous.
Wasn't she tremendous?
Where do you start with something like that? Huh?
I'm just
I've got an idea. Next week here on TNT, Vince McMahon is going to be back along with Lord Alfred. It's the anniversary show. Special guests to be Bobby the Brain Heenan, a host of others, King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, and many, many more. Thank you much. Be back next week.